Peace and love, everyone. I hope that you are all having a beautiful day. My name is Sheldon, and I am on a mission to help raise the vibrational frequency of this planet. I am also on a mission to help individuals ascend their consciousness. And today I just wanted to talk about how meditation has drastically changed my life, some of the experiences I've had over the years, and what's really helped me along my journey. I've been doing meditation for about 7 or 8 years now, and I've been really diving deep into it. I do it about twice a day. I do it in the morning and at night before I go to sleep. First thing I do in the morning is I meditate, and some of the experiences I've had are very, very profound. The first thing that happened to me was I started losing identification with the self. I was less identified with the man in the mirror, and I started becoming more identified with the inner world. And what happened there is I started gaining a lot of peace of mind. I started not reacting to a lot of situations that were happening to me. It was more observing. I became more observative about, things around me, people, certain circumstances that were happening in my life, instead of reacting to these things. And that just gave me so much peace in my heart, and it just became something that I was addicted to right away. As soon as I realized that, there's more to this world than just me, that there is a way bigger picture here, I was less identified with myself. It just became something that I was hungry for, and I was hungry for more knowledge and more wisdom, and it was just such a beautiful thing that happened to me. It's the most profound thing that has ever happened to me in my whole entire life, and I can't stress enough how important meditation is if you're trying to become more happy, or if you're trying to gain a sense of something else here. If you have questions to life, meditation is the answer. Looking inside of yourself is the answer. You will find all the answers through a silent mind, and it's just it's again just the most beautiful thing that you can ever experience. Another profound thing that has happened to me along my journey through meditation is I started being able to control my thought process. So I was able to actually observe my thoughts instead of letting negative thoughts control me. Now, this takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of time, but over time I was actually able to become the observer of my thoughts coming in, and really dive deep into why they were coming in and how they were coming in and where they were coming from. And I was able to kind of dissect them, break them down, and turn them into a positive. So I do not allow negative thoughts to control my emotions anymore. Your emotions are super important for just who you are on a day-to-day basis. Like, if you have negative thoughts coming in, you're letting those thoughts control you and control how you're reacting to those thoughts, then you're gonna have a negative sort of life, or that negative day is gonna happen and it's gonna snowball. So it's really important to be able to control these thoughts, observe your thoughts, know where they're coming from, and not let them control you. So through a lot of practice, through a lot of meditation, this was possible for me. And it's become, I think, one of the biggest factors in my happiness, is because I don't look at things in a negative sense. I don't look at situations negatively. I don't look at circumstances negatively, no matter what's happening. I just understand that everything is truly happening for me instead of happening to me. And that's big. As soon as you can get to that point, then you're gonna live a beautiful life, I promise you. Another thing that I've discovered through meditation is I have a sense of a bigger picture here, a sense of a divine purpose, of a soul mission, or a creator. I just have a sense of there's something bigger than just what's going on out there, than what we're led to believe. I see everything like it's connected. There's no separation whatsoever. And I just believe that in my heart and in my soul that there's something that governs all of us. And I believe that I am 100% connected to it through meditation. Through raising my vibrational frequency, I was actually connected to a divine higher power. And it's the most beautiful feeling that I've ever experienced in my whole entire life. I live every day in such bliss and gratitude. And it's truly because I just looked inside of myself. And if you look at all these ancient religions and cultures that were so much more advanced than us, they always had the same method, and it was to look inside. The Bible even says itself, the kingdom of heaven is within us. It's within all of us, but men don't see it. It's here on earth, right? So as soon as you look inside of yourself, that's when you start finding all the answers. And the key to doing all that is meditation. Now, a lot of people have trouble turning their thoughts off during meditation. So I suggest this. There's a few ways to do it. There's some guided meditations that I started with in the beginning of my journey that were very beneficial for me, because I was the same way. I mean, I had thoughts always coming in. My mind was always rolling, and it's not a good thing. So I did some certain guided meditations that, helped me slow down my thought process. You could also take a candle and just stare at that candle and stare at that flame and really observe it and observe the whole nature of it, and just really just get into it, and naturally your thought process will start to turn off. So there's a lot of practices that you can do that will help you with your mind and help you with your thought process. Another beautiful thing that's happened to me is I have a bigger sense of gratitude. I am very grateful for everything in my life. Like, I am waking up and I am so grateful just for everything. It's one of the first things I do. I meditate, and I just sit down and I'm grateful. I keep a gratitude journal. I write down things that I am grateful for my life right now. I visualize and I hold in my heart space where I know I'm going, and I'm grateful for that as well. I have dreams about where I'm going, and it's very beautiful because they're based on manifestations that, I've been putting in my mind such a long time ago. And when I meditate on these things, it becomes so much more powerful. So gratitude is the biggest door to open up the most abundance in your life. When you are in a grateful mindset, it automatically rewires your mind to be receiving. Your mind doesn't know the difference. When you're grateful, you're usually receiving things. So when you're just grateful on a day-to-day basis, you're rewiring your whole anatomy to be in a receiving state. And that's what's happening through the gratitude process is, I'm just so grateful for life, and I just get more life. It's a very beautiful thing. So these things have drastically changed my life, and they've happened through meditation. They've happened, through a silent mind. And I'm just very, very grateful for what I've found. And that's why I want to spread this knowledge and spread this wisdom, because it is literally the key to life. It is the key to life. If you have trouble sleeping, if you have a racing mind, if you're having negative thoughts, if you have a negative life, if you have a negative outlook, like, meditation is the answer. It is the answer. And nothing happens overnight. Like, people will give up right away because they keep the thought process keeps going. But I mean, if you look at anything in life, it takes repetition, it takes practice, it takes a lot of time. But over time it gets easier, over time it gets better, and over time it gets more profound and more beautiful. And this is how you're gonna find, the inner world. And when you start working on the inner world, it will be a reflection of your outer world. Like, I have noticed that when I looked inside and I became more beautiful inside, everything on the outside was reflecting that. Everything on the exterior was becoming just as beautiful as how I was feeling on the interior. Like, I feel just so much love and peace right now, and then everything on the exterior was matching that. Everything on the exterior is just a reflection of how you feel on the interior. So you have to work on the inside before you expect to see it on the outside. If you guys are manifesting things, you have to become that. You have to become exactly what you want to manifest. You have to look inside first. And the key to doing that is meditation. I think that if you guys have, trouble shutting off your mind, try different things. Do a lot of research. Don't just take my opinion. Go out and do research. Like, draw your own conclusions and look back at all these ancient cultures and religions. They all did the exact same thing, and they all had the exact same story. And it was just to look inside of themselves and to isolate themselves in a period of darkness. And that's when they would find God. That's when they would find all the answers. That's when they would find all the wisdom. And you're tuning into the same frequency as the vibrational frequency of our universe when you are getting into these states. Therefore, you're tuning in to that information. It's like a television channel. You can only tune into certain channels, right? So the channel that I am tuning into when I am in a meditative state of mind is the universal channel, and that's when all the information is flowing and coming to me in beautiful ways. Like, it doesn't just have to happen when you're meditating, but you'll just be out and you'll experience divine synchronicity, and that's another beautiful, profound just experience in itself that I have discovered through meditation, is synchronicity, being completely synchronized to the universe, and the guidance and the signs that I see are just astronomical. They're beyond explanation. Like, I couldn't sit here and try to explain to you what's happened to me. I just want to let you know that I see the most beautiful, profound, mind-blowing signs on a day-to-day basis, and they've actually done studies on these synchronicities and how they happen in these layers, and the chances of them happening in real life. And some of them, because based on some of these scientists that were experiencing these synchronicities, they were documenting all of them in a synchronicity journal. And some of these synchronicities wouldn't happen one in every 100 billion years, or something astronomical like that. And it like, I've literally witnessed these things, and a lot of other people too that dive deep into meditation and becoming, one with themselves. They start finding that, there is something that's guiding you through this life, and it's showing you signs in the most beautiful ways possible. And it is absolutely unbelievable the way that it's delivered, and this has all happened through meditation. This is what keeps me so happy and just so optimistic and so joyful about life, because I just know that I am being guided through such a beautiful journey, and everyone has this power within them. It is their God-given right. When you came here to experience some of the things that I am experiencing right now, that's why I'm sharing it. That's why I'm going to continue sharing it, because it is my passion, it is my goal to help everyone realize who they truly are, to help everyone realize that, I'm going to become less identified with myself and more identified with my inner self, and I'm going to work on my inner self, and henceforth the reflection on the outside is going to be just as beautiful, and I'm going to experience joy and bliss and happiness and profound synchronicity and divine guidance and love and peace and harmony, and like just complete abundance with ourselves, with our planet, with everything. If we start raising our vibrational frequency, we are going to start living a beautiful life in harmony with everything that is. And that is the mission, that is the goal. And I believe that together, collectively, we can do this. And it starts with you. It starts with you diving in and looking at who you truly are. Get into meditation, start becoming happier, leave things off your plate that aren't meant to be on your plate. Your food is your mood. Always say that. Just really dive deep into who you are, and you will find a beautiful life is lying ahead for you. You will find peace is lying ahead for you. You will find joy and abundance. All of it is waiting for you as soon as you start looking inside. And the key is meditation. It is by far the most beautiful thing that has ever happened in my whole entire life. The most profound thing that's ever happened to me. I don't have enough words to, to express, how grateful I am that I've found meditation, because it is literally the key to life. Like, it is the key. And it's just something that everyone needs to dive into. It takes practice, it takes time, but through that time, you will get better at it. You will start, discovering who you truly are, and you're going to start seeing some of the things that I was talking about in this video, the synchronicities, the gratitude, the abundance, the joy, the love, the divine guidance, the, less identified with the egoic self, more identified with the inner world and the soul, and just experience, bliss and love. And it's why we're here. We're here to help each other. So we have to, in order to help each other, we need to help ourselves. We need to become the people that we want to see. So it starts on the inside. It starts with you, and it's your time now. Peace and love to you guys always. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate all the feedback I'm getting. I love you guys so much, and I'm going to continue doing this. But for now, we'll part ways, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace and love always.